Good morning and welcome to the big story. As Nigeria inches closer to 2027 general elections, political calculations are already reshaping the landscape. From strategic alignment to grassroots mobilization, the All Progressives Congress appears to be setting the tone quite early, reorganizing structures, cutting new alliances, and consolidating influence across key states. But the big question remains, is this early mobilization a calculated masterstroke designed to outmaneuver the opposition? Or does it signal anxiety within the ruling party? So today on the big story, we examine the strategy, the signals, and the stakes in what many have described as a high-stakes game of political chess. And joining us is Honorable Faisal Oluwakemi, a seasoned broadcast journalist and a politician. He is one of the APC Ibadan Southwest Oyo State House of Assembly hopefuls. He brings both media insight and frontline political experience to this critical conversation. Now, a quick look at the political dynamics. Politics, like chess, is a game of anticipation. The player who moves early often shapes the direction of the board. Across Nigeria, conversations about 2027 are no longer whispers. There are strategic dialogues happening in party secretariats, town hall meetings, and policy circles. The APC's early groundwork, ranging from internal restructuring to coalition building, has sparked nationwide debate. Supporters describe it as strategic foresight. Critics call it permutations and premature campaigning. Is the ruling party protecting its dominance or responding to perceived vulnerabilities? What does this mean for opposition parties, voter sentiment, and the broader democratic space? With Honorable Faisal Oluwakemi, we dissect whether this is calculated political intelligence or a subtle desperation masked as preparation. Good morning once again. Thank you for joining us, Honorable Faisal Oluwakemi.
Good morning, and I'm happy to be here. It's nice to be here this morning.
Good to have you on this show.
Thank you very much.
Let's talk about the APC. We have seen alliances, permutations, combinations, restructuring, and bridge building across party lines in Oyo State, and of course at the federal level. Some have said, critics have said, this is like the APC going to a knife battle, guns blazing. So what does this mean for the party as we speak?
All right, I'll just speak it from this angle, like the popular saying, what is worth doing is worth doing well. If you fail to prepare, you are already preparing to fail. What APC, the All Progressive Party, is doing nationally, from what level down to top, is solid preparation, serious preparation, to let people know that we are not joking. We are getting ourselves prepared irrespective of whatever challenges. So what is worth doing is worth doing well.
Okay, compared to past elections, is APC more prepared right now? Is it a deliberate attempt to make sure that they leave no stone unturned ahead of 2027?
You see, every election cycle comes with different dynamics.
Peculiarities.
Yes, peculiarities, yeah. So you can't compare the election of 2011, the one of 2015, the one of 2019, the one of 2023. So they are all different with different peculiarities. Now, this is 2027. The masses, the populace are more enlightened, and so doing, different gladiators, stakeholders are coming on board with different things, so to say. So I would just see it as 2027 election. You know, even before, ahead of 2027 election, let's say from 2025. We've been seeing a lot of alignment from different political parties and all that. But APC is standing firm, like irrespective of who is leaving or who is coming. Irrespective of that, we are going to harmonize our home. We are going to tick all boxes, making sure that all preparation towards the 2027 election is well checked. I will always still come back to that word. What is what doing? Is what doing well.
Okay, judging by what is going on within the APC, as local government congresses are being done, some people are being elected into elective positions within the APC, and also to note that online registration, party members' online registration is also going on, and according to reports, APC now has over 10 million card-carrying members, registered voters. Exactly. Those are people who had access to internet and they registered. How about people who are still out there? Does it mean that APC now have a projection of what the election will look like in 2027?
Okay, All Progressive Congress, APC as a party, is a party with people of strategy. APC is being strategic in every aspect. Okay, let's have our calculation. Okay, if you have so number of party members, definitely they will surely vote for their party, irrespective of the location, card or candidate. Yeah, they will vote for the party. Okay, let's now assume we have a party members of this figure that are committed to winning the election. Okay, plus another figure of Nigerians who are not core politicians. So they are just voting, maybe they'll be voting based on, conviction from the candidate or the party, add it up. So it's like a projection. If you are planning, you should be able to have a futuristic, you should have foresight, with this and this, I should be able to achieve this. Using this, doing this, I should be able to achieve this. So let me now pick it up from the party membership registration. APC as an organized political party, we are making sure that every member, you can't just be a member by mouth. You should be a member by registration.
And
identify yourself. Thank you very much. So, and one of the benefits of being a political party member, it has a lot of benefits anyway. You have the right to vote, right to be voted for, to contest, you'll be part of decision making. And even if there are some benefits coming from party stakeholders, if you're not a card-carrying member, you can't say you want to benefit. So all these things are what prompted the party membership. We should know who is APC member by card, not by mouth.
All right, this takes us to the new Electoral Act signed under 24 hours by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And there's a particular clause that indicates that instead of the usual delegates voting for candidates in the primary elections, it is now open primaries. And every member of the party has the right to vote for their candidate, especially at the primary level. Yeah. What does this say for the aspirants in the party?
Okay, in the electoral...
Does it make primary elections more expensive now?
Well, in my own opinion, there are two options. The consensus, the direct primary. So, the direct primary, it's just every aspirant will come, the party members, they'll vote for their preferred candidate. To me, it gives a fair play, in my own opinion. It's now left to aspirants how they are able to mobilize support for themselves. Do you get my point? So, take for example now, I am an aspirant, so how am I able to get people from this ward to this ward?
To believe in
my plans, in my vision, in what I have for them to represent them. So it won't be like somebody now comes now to do some imposition or somebody. To me, it's a fair play, but it's more consuming, some logistics, compared to delegates. Delegate, I can just say, okay, 5 delegates per ward. Let's say in my constituency now we have 6 wards. If 5 delegates come from each ward, that means 30 delegates will be voting to pick a candidate. So I just think it's a good thing, but it now depends on how every aspirant are able to mobilize support for themselves.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about Oyo State APC.
Okay.
And the APC lost power in Oyo State to the PDP. And ever since, it has been 2 back-to-back elections lost by the APC. And that is not away from the fact that some bigwigs in the party either worked against the party or left the party for another political party. We can cite the example of the current Minister of Power, Chief Adebayo Adelabu, who left the APC for the Accord Party at a point. And we have seen what that actually meant for the party, dividing the votes, and then, of course, the APC eventually lost. And what we have seen as a signal now is that they have both been seen together on so many occasions, building bridges, trying to... the main question is, some people are saying in some quarters that it's just a cosmetic approach, that eventually when it is time to pick a candidate, they will both show interest, and that might further tear the party across party lines. What will happen in 2027? Do we now have an APC where there's a one house, or we might still likely have a repeat of what we have seen, what we saw in 2023 and of course in 2019?
All right, I can assure you that Oyo State APC has harmonized every faction, wherever you belong to, because one of the key assignment that the leadership of the Oyo State APC and the national leadership of APC achieve is that, okay, everything that played out in 2023, we all experienced the consequence, and we don't want that to happen again. Whoever going or whoever left the party, let them come back. Let's settle all the misunderstanding or anything that could have caused the break. Now, if there is a crack in the wall, it will allow external body to invade. Yoruba will say, "Ogito giro balanu alangba ole kose." So the crack is what the APC or Oyo State is trying to mend. They have even mended. We are trying to even solidify it more. So every faction now in the APC come together. Every member of Oyo State APC are focusing on one thing: victory. And we are after getting the victory, then we can now share power. So victory is the main thing we are looking forward to. And every member of the party, from the state level to the world level, is a stakeholder. Nobody is useless. Everybody is a stakeholder. Either Oloye Teslim Folari, Oloye Bayo Adelabu, everybody. So coming together now, the way you've been seeing everybody together, functions, event, party, it's the reality. Because we win together. We win together. We journey together. Winning together for Oyo State APC, being together for Oyo State APC is the winning together. So to tell you that everything you are seeing, it's on the same page.
Let's talk about Faisal Oluwakemi.
Okay.
As a seasoned broadcast journalist, and of course, as someone who chose health as an area of strength, what brought you to politics?
Thank you very much. As a grassroots developer, who is passionate about communities' well-being and grassroots wellness, I realized that as a journalist, we do the talking more. We talk, we advocate, government should do this, stakeholders should do that. But at the end of the day, we realize that most of all the talkings, most of all the calls to actions, it's just there. It's not a bad thing if we are doing the calling, that we've seen where these people, our people, suffer, we'll be able to do the voicing than any other person. Just like our profession, the first to get the news, we tell the story better. The first to experience the pain that people are passing through, we know what to do better. So what brings me to politics is that I want to make my impact to be well known and well seen. I've been doing a lot of things in the grassroots, annual lecture, free medical screening, youth engagement, personally, self-funded. But I realized that if I can amplify it more, to be a voice for my community, to represent my community at Well Matters, it will go a long way to make that dream of having a developed grassroots comes to reality. So that is one of the things that, brings me to politics.
Before we go deeper, are we seeing a new wave of broadcast journalists taking politics head-on? We have seen Wide Akitayo, Lumoka, who happens to be someone close to you anyway. I'm still coming back to a question. And we have seen Dr. Riyomi Amzat also saying, look, it is time for me to do this full time. Yes. You two and so many other people who have actually, chosen politics as the right way to go. Yeah. Is it out of the fact that, you have seen it all? You have monitored elections. You have been in close contact with people. You have organized symposiums. You have organized medical outreach, and you know exactly what these people need. So is it out of all those reasons, or because you feel like it is time for me to face the next chapter of my life?
No, it's out of all those things you mentioned earlier. We've seen it all. I personally have covered elections. I've covered, community reports. I've been to my constituency especially. I've lived there. I used to go there. In fact, I was there yesterday. Almost every day I visit there, go to places. I've seen things with my eye, myself. If you want to represent people, you have to first of all know people you are representing. Know about them. You have to first of all know what they need. You have to first of all know how you can channel those things to them. So it's because me personally, which I believe the same thing applies to other colleagues who are broadcast journalists, we are the fourth estate of the realm.
Right.
So, and we are the closest to this community, to these people. And if I'm closer to you, I'll be the one to know what you need more, unlike people who are far away. So for me to be closer to you, I will feel what you are feeling, because we see almost every day, we relate together, I know what you need, I know when you are hungry, I know when you are angry. These reasons and more are what prompted me personally and some other colleagues
to do active politics.
To do active
so
politics.
As a broadcast journalist, as a member of the APC, an aspirant for your State House of Assembly, how are you aligning your own personal goals with the broader vision of the political party?
Okay.
Is there a place where they are aligned, or you have your own strategy, but the party's strategy happens to be a little bit different from yours?
Okay. Every serious politician, aspirant, should have an ideology, should have a strategy. Okay, for example now...
Are you a progressive?
Yes.
And you're a member of a progressive party?
Exactly.
It aligns?
Yes.
All right.
So, progressive thinking and progressive mindset should align with the progressive party. And as a progressive, we believe in development. We believe in growth. I have my strategy. And where I'm coming from is my own strategy for my constituency will be different from someone who is coming from constituency 2, the constituency of the elite. My own constituency is the constituency of the grassroots people to the core. Do you get the point? So the alignment there is, the goal is growth, progress. But how are we going to bring the growth and progress differs from different constituency and different community. So just to answer your question, it aligns. Okay,
so how does early declaration help a candidate? Does it strengthen your credibility or expose you to unnecessary political battles?
Well, declaration, as a journalist and as a communication strategist, there are ways that you will you position yourself you let people have the clue of this is coming, this is coming. So one of the things that I can say, not that I even declare very early. In fact, there are some people that have been doing that declaration even before now. But I was being strategic in, telling a story of where I'm coming from. Telling the story of where I'm coming from, and when it was time for me to let people know, because as a broadcaster and a journalist, if you didn't, unveil yourself early enough, people will be thinking that you are partisan. So for me for people not to be seeing me as a partisan journalist, I had to just unveil myself. Okay, I'm not into politics, so some aspect of journalism, newscasting, I have to drop it. So when I made that declaration that I have this intention to do this, it came as a threat to some people. Journalists again, do you get a point? So, but as a journalist who understand human behavior, you know how to work your way around it such that you won't affect your credibility, you won't affect the way people perceive you, and you won't look for necessary battle for yourself. But I know that declaration, it has caused something between people.
I was about to ask you this question, but you just mentioned
Okay.
that since declaration, what sacrifices have you had to make?
A lot of sacrifice, a lot.
Including dropping newscasting.
Yeah. But I still do my programs. I run my shows, I run my ed shows, I run my entertainment shows. Because, you see, newscasting, we all know, we're all professionals. Right. So, I can't say I'm a member of APC now, and I'm now casting news. There will be this emotion attached to some stories. Even if you are professional to the core. Okay, I'm a professional to the core. I want to read this story as it is. There will still be some people out there. Oh, story is that how we're supposed to read that story? Because the member of the APC. Even when you are being professional with the story, do you get the point?
Reactions will come always unbiased.
Exactly. So, not to allow that happen, let's drop it. So, I'm a broadcaster. Let me face my program content. I run my ed show, run my entertainment program, and it's going on well. So that is one of the sacrifice professionally. But there are some other sacrifices, which is normal thing. Time, meeting upon meeting, strategizing, meeting people, going to communities, trying to sell your idea to people, convince people to see the vision you are seeing. That is one of the great challenge, that if you are a people-focused or people-centered politician, that what you need is just people's development, people's growth. It takes a long way for you to convince people to buy into your idea, because the system itself, it's rotten. People like us that are just coming, we just have to convince people that they say politics is dirty. That was one of the things someone told me. You want to go into politics, that dirty game? I said, I'm going there with sanitizer.
Interesting.
So, to tell you that you don't need to be discouraged. So, all those challenges are there, but as a journalist, we are born with that.
All right, first of all, politics is expensive.
Yeah.
How do you plan to fund your elections? We have seen strategies being used by some people. We have seen GoFundMe. We have seen someone somewhere bankrolling elections. What's your strategy?
Well, I have a lot of strategies. And many strategies. I can count them, but I won't mention them. So one of the strategies is that if you have an idea, sell the idea to people of like mind, to key into the idea. When people of like mind key into the idea, they will see the beauty in what you're doing, and they will do everything possible to support you. That is one of my strongest strategies. Yeah.
So, going forward, The election is almost here. What are the steps you are taking? And how strong do you think your ties with your base is as we speak?
Okay. My people in Ibadan Southwest constituency, my good people, they know who is who. They know quality. They know someone who is capable. They know someone who is sellable, someone who is marketable. In my capacity, I've been able to, I always relate with my people in my constituency in any way. My ward, from Ward 3, go to, making myself available to people, relating with them, not just when election comes. I tell people that I might look like get inside guy, but
the street is there.
Street grassroots, so my people loves me so much. Many people, they've been hearing my name on radio, and many people have even benefited from some of my community project, my free medical screening, even before thinking of going into politics. And people like that, I was like, wow, someone with this initiative now thinking of representing our constituency. No, we are in with you. But there is no how there won't be people that will also be interested in other aspirants. But I can assure you that I have support, huge support from my constituency.
You'll be contesting against a sitting member of the Oyo State House of Assembly who belongs in the other party anyway.
Okay.
And whose father also has called for followership in the entertainment industry. So how prepared are you to weather the storm?
And the question is the so-called person contesting again?
That would be a question to be answered by his political party.
Whatever happens, you see, street credibility differs. Some could say, I don't want to use this popular trending slang. We will use kinikon to wo kinikon.
Just like the wife, the former First Lady of Oyo State also echoed that sentiment recently.
But the thing is, one needs to be strategic. People are aware. People know who is performing. Let's ask ourselves this question. This person that is there now, what has been his achievement in education, youth development, health, community development? So all those things are what we need to ask ourselves. So if somebody who is now coming as an aspirant, which I believe I'm going to be the candidate of APC by God's grace, I tell people I'm very, very prepared. I'm not the kind of person that will just say, let's wait till we get ticket before we think of what we do for people. I already have my blueprint. I know what I'm going to do for my people and how I'm going to do it. Because I've already carried out my assessment, my baseline assessment of my community, what my community needs in different pillar of my focus. In health, in education, in youth capacity and development, in infrastructure, in market and women development and all that. What and how. So if we kind of ask this kind of person, okay, let's have your scorecard and let's assess it. That means it's not even an headache saying that you are somebody that is underperforming will now be a threat. No, it's not.
Okay, just before we go on this show this morning, what would you say to your constituents in 30 seconds?
Okay, my constituents, I just want to assure them that that His goodness is ours forever, because Faisal is coming for positive impact.
All right, Faisal Oluwakemi, thank you for joining me on this show this morning.
I appreciate it.
It's been a wonderful session with you.
Same here.
We'd like to bring you back on a long stretch where we'll get to talk about politics and governance in Oyo State, and not really at federal level. Oyo State. Let's talk about Oyo State. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
All right. The road to 2027 may still seem distant, but in politics, timing is everything. The APC's early moves have undeniably altered the tempo of national political discourse. Whether history will judge these steps as visionary strategy or political overreach remains to be seen. What is certain, however, is that the chessboard has been set and the game has begun. Thank you, Honorable Faisal Oluwakemi, for your insights and on today's edition of The Big Story. Samson Balogun is my name, and until next time on this same segment of the show, keep staying informed, stay engaged, and remember, democracy works better when the people are watching. Up next is Trend Watch. We'll be back.